when a boy is molested by a girl, it's looked at as a cool thing. However, it desensitizes you sexually, emotionally, and it speeds up a process where you don't have the maturity to understand how to compartmentalize these new sexual feelings and emotions that you're having. Initially, it made me more of a playboy, right? But then now, the lack of love I'm getting from my mother and the lack of love I got from my mother, and then now this new sexuality that I have, right? They're like cousins, right? Because now I want to feel the love from my mother, like love, a mother's love, and then I want to feel the sexual pleasure from a woman, and I'm combining the two, and I'm confusing the difference between the two. So I spent a long time searching for my mother's love from girls, putting more pressure on them, and they could feel it, and then they would run for the hills when it got too thick. So now that triggered my abandonment issues, and then now I'm mad, and I'm chasing girls and different girls and different girls. So I had to realize that a woman can't give me a mother's love. She can give me a woman's love. It's just as powerful, but it's different.
What's good? My name is Chris Styles. This is Trappin Anonymous. Welcome back to another episode. Very, very, very special episode with a very special guest. I hit my man up, and he did not hesitate to get here. So
Because of the relationship, we're gonna get right to it because
we have a lot to get to today. Just remember the stories that you hear do not necessarily reflect real life. They're here to entertain, educate, or keep your little homie off the streets. It's only entertainment. Please don't get me indicted. My name is Chris Styles. Let's get it.
yeah, and everything I say is my opinion, not his.
What's up, man? You
What's
all
up,
right?
nigga? What's up, man?
It's good to see you.
Great.
Could we get that Motherless Child?
Every other week you got a new man in the house, you got the nerve to point to him like he the man in the house. Now, Motherless Child, so Motherless Child, this is my actual childhood, right? And I never wrote the verses. I never wrote it. It was, it was crazy how the verse came apart, right? Because it was like the last conversation I had with my mother, and I ended up spitting in her face. I spit in her face, and I was on the reason my grandmother's building, was on the terrace, and I swear to God, I like, if God didn't, like, I feel like God made my feet 2 tons, because I literally was ready to throw my mother off the terrace. Like, I was ready to just, like, let's see if she can fly, like, for real. You couldn't move? I couldn't move. God stopped me, and I was so enraged, and I was talking to my mother, and all I ever wanted from my mother was just an apology, closure. You know what I'm saying? Like, being molested by my mother, being locked in closets while she's going out to get high, my mother leaving me, abandoning me, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm pleading with her, right? I'm pleading with her, like, something. And it was almost like looking at a fish. You ever looked at a fish? You ever looked at a fish?
Yeah, I looked at it.
No emotion. You ever seen a fish like, it's like,
Yeah, stoic.
blowing bubble.
But
Right? I'm gonna get to Motherless Child. But it's just the context, right? So as I'm talking to her, talking to my moms, right? And just the lack of accountability for what she did to me and my brothers, I was so enraged by it, right? And her inability to take account, right? And give me that closure that I needed, and to have her still refuse at this point in the game to give me closure, I snapped, right? And my discernment was so high. Like, I'm reading her, I'm looking at her. So in that way, it's almost like she's still abusing me. Like, I felt that, like, bitch, what? Like, you ain't gonna say sorry? You ain't gonna what? Hold on, I went crazy, right? And that's the joint. And I'm reflecting about that, right? Like, no support from my mother. Sometimes I wish I would've came from a different pussy, C-section. Even in birth, she didn't push me. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Every other week, you got a new man in the house. A new man, and you got the nerve to point to this nigga like he the man of the house. And they all wanted me to call him dad. They all wanted me to call him dad. So I grew up confused. I got beat until I was black and blue. And you wonder why I'm in school, nigga, acting a fool. I'm cutting class, picking fights, couldn't follow the rules. Free lunch won't cut it, I'm still hungry. I need food, hooked up with Daryl. Hooked up, I'm selling weed now. Yeah, mama, I'm making moves. I'm starving, making moves. So you put a pins warming out, left me in the system, plus you ain't called back. Dang, love, what you call that? And if you ain't want a son, mama, shit, you should have left me in that ball sack. Two sides to the story. Yeah, I know, but I ain't having it. There's too many demons inside I gotta battle with. So fuck whoever tries to play devil's advocate, because y'all don't understand how real this is. Nigga, I was just a kid, 5 years old. Had to look my mama in the eyes, half sleep, half high. You wonder why I'm outside, pissing in my pocket, throwing up gang signs? It's because you a junkie, mama. Now how you gonna demand respect? I guess you beat me because I look like the man that left. I spin an image of my daddy, huh? That's why you slapped me? Can nothing please you? You ain't never happy. I'm talking straight A's on report cards. Getting ripped, Christmas, birthdays, I ain't get shit. Every man I see you with call you bitch. This is what I deal with. This is what I'm dealing with. You feel me? Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. So it feels like God cursed me and my brothers. Because all I do is suffer. And the pain came from my mother. Say a rose won't grow from this concrete. Tupac, you tripping. Because the roots getting pulled out. The petals getting stepped on. You came home high. Beat me half to death. You said that I slept wrong. But it's bloody tampons, empty bottles of liquor, cracked valves on the same bed I slept on. How the fuck could I sleep wrong? When you got me laying on a bed I could barely even sleep on. Bloody tampons, empty bottles of liquor, cracked valves. This is the bed. Picture me, I'm 5 years old, laying on this bed, like what the fuck? I'm laying on this bed, like. So anywhere I turn, it's an object that, whoa. And she's making me sleep here. And if I don't sleep there, I'm getting beat. Then you beat me because I'm not, but how the fuck am I sleeping wrong? This is the psychological games my moms used to play with me. You stink, you dirty, beat me. I'm clean, I'm a kid, I smell good. Eh? You dirty, beat me. I'm beating the shit out of me. Go in this bathroom, take a shower. I go in the bathroom, take a shower. I'm in the shower, butt naked. She comes in, I'm butt naked. I'm past the age where she should be seeing me naked. Right. She's kicking in the door, yo! Why are you in the shower? Choking me, like literally choking the fuck out of me. Like, I'm talking about like, bro, like trying to kill me type shit. You're killing me. You're killing me. Let me go. That's what I'm dealing with, nigga. So, you know what I mean? How the fuck could I sleep wrong? You got me laying on the bed I could barely even sleep on. Bottles on the floor, roaches on the wall. I'm looking at the sky like, God deserved more. God gave me this talent, but all I wanted was love. My father wanted to fuck. My mother thought it was love. Motherless child, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You have like this morbid sense of humor.
Yeah, listen, nigga, fucking humor is the only way out. Yeah. Look, there was a movie, right? Jackie Chan, right? I don't remember the name of it. I think it was like something drunk. It was something, it was a martial art movie. So Jackie Chan is, I never said this is exclusive too, niggas, you getting, I mean? So Jackie Chan, he's trying to find a guy who killed his master. So the guy who killed his master was a pressure point nigga, right? So Jackie Chan meets his master's master in the village. So he goes to address the guy who killed his master. You killed my master! You must die! The guy fixed him. Right about it, you know what I mean? Under the chin and all. Know what I mean? Jackie Chan was on the floor, almost dead. Nigga just put his vest back on and walked off into the sunset, right? So Jackie Chan is trying to find, now he's trying to figure out, like, damn, he's trying to figure out how he gonna beat this nigga. So Jackie Chan finds his master's master. You know, his master got killed, but his master had a master who taught him this style. Because the guy who killed Jackie Chan's master was a pressure point nigga, right? So he told him that when you grip a certain point, pressure, if you just laugh, the pain dissipates. You see? So in life, when the demons of life attacked me as a child, I learned to laugh, to lessen the pain, and increase my pain threshold. Right? Let me show you. Right? Now look, as I pinch, right? Don't laugh, right? You feel it, right? You feel the pain, right? A little bit, like, right? Mm-hmm. Now laugh as I do it.
Still feel it.
Oh, you don't understand the science.
Smart, I still feel it.
Oh, okay, he's trying to, you know, this, maybe it didn't work for you, but it worked for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like when I do it, like, you know what I mean? So, because it's a thing about the muscles relaxing. Mm-hmm. When you laugh, your muscles relax. When you're not laughing and you're serious and you're too tense, your muscles are tense. you're more susceptible to a person gripping a pressure point.
Right.
Pressure point, right?
Right.
So when I was in these pressure points in my life, I learned to laugh. And through that laughter, it allowed me to get through. So that's where the sense of humor comes from. It's like, what the fuck? But it ain't a laugh like it's funny, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I guess the better question is, do you still feel the pain?
It's hard to answer that. For some things, sometimes, right? If it's a new situation from the past, no. God healed me, right? From the past, no, I'm over that. It might be new things, right? Like, I want my brothers to have the same level of strength and discipline that I have, that I'm trying to lead by example to show them, right? So, it's half and half.
When you spit in your mother's face, it landed?
1,000,000%.
Huh?
1,000,000%.
Okay. What was her reaction?
She just stood there and didn't move. If she did, she'd probably be dead. Yeah, probably would've killed her.
Is she alive now?
I don't know.
Okay. You said she molested you
Yeah.
often?
Now, like once or twice.
How do you think that's affected you?
Well, then what it did was, not now. I mean, but then what it did was, it just maybe it made me more aware of sexual energy, right? Because I never felt no feelings of lust for my mother, you know? I never felt those feelings towards my mother, but it just made me aware, like, okay, this is a thing. So now when I got around girls, it wasn't the same. I was aware of my private parts. I was aware of their private parts. So I think it gave me a different level of sexual awareness a little too early, right? I also was molested by my babysitter, which was an older girl, right? And my mother, that was my mother's friend's daughter, right? So that situation affected me more than my mother, because it's almost looked at, when a boy is molested by a girl, it's looked at as a cool thing. However, it desensitizes you sexually, emotionally, and it speeds up a process where you don't have the maturity to understand how to compartmentalize these new sexual feelings and emotions that you're having. So I think that situation with the babysitter, now I wanted to be around the girls. Now I wanted to, so now I'm losing my childhood. I'm getting more mature. I'm getting more sexual with girls.
What age?
That was like 7, 8.
Wow.
You know? So
You're becoming more sexual at 7 to 8 years old.
yeah, for sure. And then what it did was, initially it made me more of a playboy, right? But then now, the lack of love I'm getting from my mother, and the lack of love I got from my mother, and then now this new sexuality that I have, right? They're like cousins, right? Because now I want to feel the love from my mother, like love, a mother's love, and then I want to feel the sexual pleasure from a woman, and I'm combining the two, and I'm confusing the difference between the two. So I spent a long time searching for my mother's love from girls, putting more pressure on them, and they could feel it, and then they would run for the hills when it got too thick. So now that triggered my abandonment issues, and then now I'm mad, and I'm chasing girls and different girls and different girls. So I had to realize that a woman can't give me a mother's love. She can give me a woman's love. It's just as powerful, but it's different. So to answer your question, you know, being molested by my mother and the babysitter, what it did was, the most effect it had on me was it introduced sexuality too soon.
Yeah. One of her boyfriends tried to rape you.
Tried, yes. Tried like a motherfucker. And yo, I fought the nigga off me. Yo, this is crazy. I'm in the tub. The nigga come in the bathroom, and you know, at this time, I'm aware. You know, I wasn't a kid that was like, I'm aware. So he coming in the bathroom like, yo, what's what you doing? He pulled his joint out, right? Thank God the nigga didn't touch me, right? But the intention and the energy, I felt it. Like, hold on, I'm out. I go through the window. You feel me? I get out the window, butt naked. I'm screaming out of, yo, I'm screaming. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that was, yeah, man, it's crazy.
You're going through all of these things at such a young age. When I met you for the first time.
And let me backtrack too, right? If for people that's watching this, right? If you ever got molested or touched on by your mother, uncle, or whatever, you deal with it head on. See, these questions don't bother me because God fortified me, right? God healed me, God strengthened me, right? So having my mother molest me, you know, having a babysitter molest me, having my mother's boyfriend, crackhead nigga, pull his dick out and try to touch me, I don't run from that. You understand? And you gotta be careful how you ask questions. I mean, I'm strong, right? But you gotta be careful to make sure that you ask the question in a way that's empathetic, because sometimes people don't know how to deal, right? And I think what helped me the most overcome those things was my relationship with God, right? Because the type of rage that I had, you know? And like I shot him.
Same dude.
Yeah, I shot him. Like I made it my business to like I never let go of that. I never let go of that. You know what I mean?
Did he die?
No. And again, that ain't the question asked on camera. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But nah, he ain't died, thank God. You know what I mean? Leg shooting. You know what I mean? Shot him in the leg a couple times. I was trying to shoot his dick off. You know what I mean? I shot this man. He probably don't got no hips right now. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is me going through that, it created a type of rage that I had a constant refueling of that rage. And God put that fire out. I thought violence would put that fire out, and violence would temporarily put the fire out. So I was very, very violent at points in my life. And it was almost like I felt a release, but it was temporary, right? And I feel like if you don't have a good relationship with God, certain fires will never be put out. Certain demons will never be, killed or destroyed, right? And I forgave my mother with the help of God, right? I got over these abandonment issues. I got over these things from my past that, I never ran from, but how I dealt with it wasn't conducive to the betterment of myself. I don't run from anything. I never did. I'm everything head on, you know?
So if your mother walks in here right now, what do you say to her?
I say nothing.
Nothing.
I say nothing, right? I mean, and I say nothing. And again, I'm not even open to that, right? And I think, see, those questions are hypothetical questions. I'm more direct, right? She's not gonna walk in here, right? So that's one. Number two, it's a vibration that I'm around. Now, I forgave my mother, but I had to love my mother, forgive my mother, and then let go, right? And then release that, because that anger that I had for her, that lack of love that I had for her, was affecting my life, my relationships, right? That energy, right? 'Cause that's why I say all the time, how you think creates how you feel becomes an emotion, that emotion becomes a vibration, that vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. How you think creates how you feel becomes an emotion, that emotion becomes a vibration, that vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So how I thought about the relationship with my mother created emotions, and the universe does not decipher or discern. It's just that thought, that thought of anger, anxiety, doubt. So how I thought about my past, how I thought about the relationship with my mother created emotions inside of me that created a vibration that attracted things to me in my life that was fucking my life up. So I had to fuck that. I had to learn how to, okay, God, what do I do? You gotta forgive her, my son. Ma, I forgive you. Yeah, it was hard, right? Yeah, I forgive her.
You sure? You sure?
I forgive her. I said, I forgive you.
Yeah.
I forgive you, Ma.
Yeah.
You gotta let it go.
Yeah.
And you gotta let it go,
Yeah.
right? And then from letting it go, but forgiving, I'm leaving it. It's over. This shit heavy. Shit heavy, bro. Fuck that. I ain't care. Thank you. You know what I mean? Now I'm light as a motherfucker. I mean, yeah.
Let's not be hypothetical. Let's get accurate.
Right to it.
When did you lose your virginity?
Certain questions for just my, personal. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. What do you
I'm
mean?
not gonna be. Oh, okay. Well, certain questions, I'm not. I'm just gonna. If I don't want to answer it, I say, hey man. You know,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I reserve the right not to say anything. But virginity.
Plead the fifth.
Damn, fuck, man. Yo, I was a late bloomer, man. I would say 16, I think. Maybe it's like 16. Yeah, like 16. Yeah. The girl, listen, I didn't know, I didn't know where the hole was at. That's why it took me so long. You know what I'm saying? So I felt embarrassed because, I'm gonna keep it real. So, I never had nobody teach me about the birds and the bees, right? And, when the babysitter molested me, she was older than me. So then I'm telling my friends, and they like, oh, yo, man, that's cool. So I'm like, oh, I'm thinking it's cool. So now I'm thinking I'm that nigga, right? So all the girls always thought I was cute, so all the girls would like me. And then when we got right to that point, I didn't know what to do. And I didn't want to say nothing. So, I made, pause, I made rub around it, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know where the hole was at. Then I thought girls had, one hole. I thought it was just, you know what I mean? So I'm hitting skin, thinking I'm hitting the hole, but you know what I mean? I didn't know. So it took me a long time, and then when it finally happened, the girl was like, you a virgin, ain't you? I'm like, nah, I ain't no virgin. She said, you a virgin. She said, put it in.
You got me.
I was stuck. I was like, yo, you know what I mean? And I'm like,
spot.
what you mean? You know what I mean? Put
Right.
it in.
Right.
She said, you a virgin. And you know what I mean? And she guided me down the path.
You hated yourself.
She guided me down the path of Coochie City. Coochie City. And I never looked back, man.
You hated your appearance growing up. Like,
What you said?
you hated your appearance growing up.
I hated my appearance growing up.
Yeah.
Nah, hell fucking.
Like a lot of black people watching
I never hated my appearance.
watching white television. And you tried to make your hair straight.
Yeah.
To
Okay.
wear
So listen.
contacts.
Right. We're talking about the Okay. So, the crazy thing is I never hated my appearance. I didn't know what my appearance should be. See, never hated my appearance, right? But I didn't really know. I thought I hated myself, right? But I didn't know what my appearance should be. Because I had nobody, dysfunctional family. I had nobody teaching me like, yo, confidence and love yourself. So I'm in the crib all day watching TV, then you see Saved by the Bell, right? And you see Zach, right? And these are great questions. I love these questions because I respect the fact you did your research. I'm gonna give you context, right? So I never really hated my appearance. I just never knew what my appearance was supposed to be. And because I didn't know what my appearance was supposed to be, I hated that, right? And then when I seen Saved by the Bell and I seen like Zach was like the main guy, but that was scripted, right? They wrote it in the script. He's gonna be the main guy. They wrote that the girls are gonna go crazy for him. They wrote that in the script. That wasn't reality, right? So I wanted to emulate something that was fictitious. I was emulating something that wasn't real. So I was hating the fact that I didn't get the results that I wanted because I'm trying to emulate something that's not real. You see a sitcom, they tell a joke, they press a button. It's a fake laugh. So I was emulating something that wasn't real, but I was real, but I couldn't get the results I wanted. So yes, I got into the shower and I put the shampoo in my hair and I'm trying to slick it back like Zach, right? I'm trying to get the blue contacts. Yo, you know what I mean? And then I'm mad that my hair is going back, right? Because I don't know that genetically when your hair is more powerful, that's the texture of it. So I didn't know that. I thought my assets were liabilities. I thought my powers, my strengths were weaknesses because I didn't have anybody to tell me specifically like, this is strong, this is strength, this is what black is, this is beautiful, this is that, your nose, your lips, your eyes, this is beauty, this is beautiful. And the other shit is bullshit.
How important is representation for the kids to see Black Panther, see the Black Little Mermaid, see these black characters, see these black shows now? You know what I'm saying?
Dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Dangerous.
Why is it dangerous?
Fuck Black Panther. and Little Mermaid, we need to put her on the grill and fry her with some adobo, and get her up out of here, right? Because we have to be careful by letting people who have colonized and oppressed us tell our stories, right? So I don't want to fuck Black Panther. Wakanda's not even a real place. Tell me about Mansa Musa. Tell me about Hannibal the Great. Tell me about Assata Shakur, right? Tell me about Nzinga, right? You know the girls in the movie Black Panther. That was an inspiration of the Dahomey tribe, and those were the ninjas, like those were the assassin groups that Nzinga had. Those were her hitters. So tell me, we have to tell our own stories. Tell me the story of Moses. Moses was Black, and Moses taught the so-called Jews their religion. He taught them, right? So I want to hear that story. Tell me the real story of Jesus, because growing up, all them fake-ass movies about Jesus, all them niggas in Egypt, ain't nobody Black. How you in the highest place in the world, and niggas is whiter than the motherfucker? Right? Cleopatra and Alexander the Fake. Nah, nigga, tell me about who we are. Tell me about the guy who created the .com. He created a company called Network Solutions, which was bought by Facebook. The reason why it's called .com is a Black person. Let's make a Wolf of Wall Street in Africa, right? Tell me about Aliko Dangote, right? The richest African man in the world. So I hate those movies, because those movies, they're told by people who are trying to condition us to be limited. If you look at Black Panther, look at the first one. White man saving the day, and right? Michael B. Jordan is the villain when he really is the hero. Look at the new one, right? Where's the father? The queen. Where's the father? Man, is we the head. Where the father at? And then in the end, you got the woman. Get the fuck out of here. Why? See, the white man want the Black woman to be in front, because when the Black woman is in front and the Black man is non-existent, you don't build community. There's no community. So fuck Black Panther and fuck who wrote it, right? So, and I seen both movies for education purposes. And then when I seen it, the end, like with a guy with the wings on his feet, she spared him. You spared him. I'm taking your wings and making Wingstop. You gonna lemon pepper your feet, nigga? You ain't getting up out of here. You out of here, son. You gotta die. Little Mermaid. Mermaids are not real. What are you talking about? You just trying to. What are you doing? What are you trying to do What are you trying to do to these little Black girls out here? You want them to be fishes, tilapias, snappers? Like what are you trying to? They're fish? No, she's a goddess.
People might not know the smart guy moniker. It's not just a moniker. It's something.
She did research. Let me shake your hands, man. Shake your hand on your research, man.
All right.
You might be. Hold on, man. I'm trying to think. You up there with? Damn. I can't put. I got a TED Talks coming up.
Okay.
Yeah. This is up there, man.
Thank
your
you.
research is impressive. Go ahead. I'm listening. Sorry.
Thank you. People might not realize that's not just a cool name that you go by, and you kind of look like the guy on the show or whatever.
Yeah.
But you was interviewed by Mensa. You went to specialized schools. You were top of your class. You did bring home A's in such a brutal and vicious environment, so to speak. That rose that grew from concrete. I don't know how you feel about that line, but talk to me a little bit about how you got that intelligence, reading the encyclopedias, speaking with your grandfather, him coming to you, and sort of how did you know that you was smarter than everybody else? Where did that come from?
I think God, right? I think, and I say this like seriously, right? I never play about God. It really was immaculate conception, like everything, right? Like how did I get this smart, right? I got an 8th grade education, never went to college, never graduated high school. I beat up the fucking dean and the dean's son. So I was in high school, yo, bro. I got they did some weird illegal shit. They put me in the GD program, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm supposed to be going to high school, you know what I mean? So had a stuttering problem, so I talk so fucking fast. And I found that if I speak a little faster, I found a way to relinquish my stuttering by just tones and ebbs and flows of speaking, the tonality, right? I taught myself this. My grandfather gave me encyclopedias, but I had to read them shits. And I read them, and I was interested, and I was curious. You know what I mean? I'm reading fucking Shakespeare, Oedipus Rex, Hamlet, Macbeth. I mean, young. You know what I mean? Like young. I would say it had to be God. Nothing else, because I reflected on this in prison, and I was like, damn, It's impossible. Like, how? Right? Like, you know? But God, it's how God works. You know what I'm saying? And like how, like, why am I speaking this way? How did I know to, you know, go to God? How do I know? Like, why do I talk this way? Why do I care about people? Why do I say these things? Why am I this way? Why am I still rapping? Why am I still doing music? Why am I still working out? Why do I care about my appearance? Why do I care about not smoking, not drinking? Why do I care about, you know, not selling drugs? Why do I care about maybe getting to heaven and understanding that my actions are the lawyers for my soul in God's court when I die? So every deed is like testimony. So what am I? I'm trying to leave something behind. So when I leave, what I left behind benefits me in the hereafter, right? But why do I think that way? It's divine. It's got to be God. I don't know. The devil ain't gonna be talking like that, right? So, answer your question. It was just like I never, and I think God had maybe angels around me or something because I always went to the fire, right? You know, always. I never was fearful. Even when I wasn't strong enough to protect myself from my mother, even when I wasn't strong enough to protect myself from her boyfriends used to, you know, beat. I'm talking about niggas used to beat. Yo, that's why I'm boxing, right? But they used to beat the shit out of me. I'm talking about like my mom's boyfriends. Yo, dude, like they used to just, I'm talking about just beat the shit out of me. Like, I mean, like straight up, like I'm fighting the dude. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so, but then that's the power of God, right? Yeah, so it's like, if I didn't go through all those things, I wouldn't have all these points of references. I wouldn't have all this information to pull from. I wouldn't have all these things to, right? And then tell people, well, I'm strong because of God. Yeah, I did that because of God. Yeah, God, not me. Man, it's not meant to be worshiped. So yeah, I'm shit. I'm nothing. The devil beat me. I gave up. I'm nothing without God. And without the strength God giving me. Yeah, I'm a beautiful car, but without no gas, or no engine, or no wheels, where does the car going? And God has been my gas. God has been my GPS. Oh man, damn. I felt a little watery moment. You know what I mean? Because it's real. Right? So I think for me, that was just God. God, period. I mean,
What was the disconnect between your intelligence in school? What was the disconnect between your intelligence in the classroom? Because there had to be a disconnect because you dropped.
my mom's ripping the report cards up. That's it, right? So I equated that punishment with that action. So I'm taking this action, right? You know, I'm studious. I'm him, right? And so I get into a specialized school. They giving my mother checks. Like, this is crazy, right? I'm in a specialized school. So she starts spending the checks. She's not paying for the school, right? Because they gave her checks to pay for tutors and like a whole fucking team. Imagine like an athlete, right? Like think of it like LeBron James, right? So he got to pay for his strength and conditioning, his yoga, right? Like so they giving her checks to pay for like speech, therapy, like mad different shit. And she's getting the money and just spending it. And then I'm getting behind and I get kicked out of school, right? So I remember one time coming to her and I'm happy as shit. I got two rewards. I got one for perfect attendance. Mind you, my mother never took me to school, right? You know, one of the crackheads from the hood, which was her friend, used to make sure that, you know, he take me to school, right? And I just remember like really loving school. And I remember that one day, like my mom's, I was like hype. You know what I'm saying? Like I was hype, straight A++. It was lit. And she beat me. Right? Like, you know, it was like weird. Like she beat me. And she took the report card, ripped it, I'm talking about smack fire out. I'm talking about like, you know one of them beatings you get when you violate? Like, yo, what the fuck? Beat breaks off me, bro. So it was just like, in that moment, she destroyed my motivation and drive for school.
Do you know why?
I think, I can't speak for her, but my opinion on it is, you know, hurt people, right? And that's why I say spit an image of my daddy. That's why you slap me, right? You know, my father never wanted to be with my mother. And I look just like my father, right? So I think some of that was, she felt like hurting me was hurting him. And maybe the drugs created a delusion that at some points I was him. So maybe that's why she molested me. Maybe that's why she beat me, right? Because maybe the drugs, right, fucked her mind up in a way to where she thought I was him. And the abandonment she felt from him leaving her, she took out on me in extreme ways, right? So, yeah, but that ass whooping, man, it just kind of like, at that moment, it killed my motivation for school. I was just like, man, fuck this shit, school shit. So I'm going to class being stupid now, beating niggas up after school. I'm just, fuck it. It ain't me. I'm really a nerd. I'm really like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Suspenders and glasses, but now nah, nigga, what up? Now I'm in the school. Now I'm acting a fool. Because I felt like, you know, that and that was what it was, right?
Were you taking up boxing at this time? Who introduced you to boxing?
Yo, the first time it was a counselor in a group home. I'm punching on niggas, bro. I'm talking about I'm one hit quitter niggas.
What age?
13. Yeah. So the counselor, it was a group home in Staten Island called Geller House. So I was in Geller House, and yo, bro, I was fighting every kid in it, bro.
How'd you get to the group home?
The group home was from my aunt had custody of me, right? My aunt had custody of me. I got hit by a car, right? Getting a lot of exclusives, man. I got hit by a car. Let me show you so you know I ain't lying. This is the first time I did this too. So you had to joint, man. You can see, right? You can see? Oh, you can see it. You can see it?
I see it.
Goes all the way around, almost to my foot. So at 11, I get hit by a car. I'm living with my aunt in Staten Island. So I'm supposed to get this big lawsuit, this big law settlement, right? My aunt had, you know, she had custody of me. I think she was trying to get power of attorney. And my aunt, they planned to put me in the group home and get me, like, in the system, like get me just away, get the power of attorney so they can get the money, my law settlement money. So my aunt she was trying to find a way to basically get the money, her and her husband, right? And so she told him that I was hearing voices in my head. I tried to set the house on fire. And I remember like one day she just, after school, she said, come, we're gonna go see this doctor. I go see the doctor. They don't tell me nothing. So I'm in the back, talk to the doctor. So what did the voices tell you to do?
Voices?
Nigga, I don't hear what you talking about, man. Right? Like, so, and then the next week, they took me to Geller House, packed all my stuff, and was like, now I was getting in trouble, but I wasn't hearing voices. I didn't set no fires in the house. Right. But I was getting in trouble. I was fighting every day.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, I'm thinking, well, maybe, you know, I done fucked up. I'm thinking I deserve to be here.
Yeah, but this is just an angry
it's
kid.
A lineup. They just lining me up.
Yeah.
So I get to the group home, right? And then years later, I found out like the details of this. Like this bitch was trying to get the power of attorney. I did get the lawsuit. You know what I mean? She was trying to get my money. But so that's how I got in the Geller House. But yeah, so
and you're knocking people out and
punching on niggas every single day. Give a fuck who it is. Niggas coming in punching on niggas. I get restrained by the counselor. Counselor touched me. You doing punching on him? You know what I mean? And then one of the counselors was like, "Yo, man, you wanna learn how to box?" I swung at him. You know what I mean? I was just mad. I ain't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Then he brung in some you know what I mean? Some boxing gloves and shit. And that was like my first initiation to introduction to boxing.
Wow. And what did it do for you? Did you feel something in there?
Yeah.
Did you?
Hell yeah.
You got to get it off.
Facts. Cause it never left.
Never left.
That
energy.
That anger, bro. It was like, that's why I said I needed God to put out that fire, bro. Cause all I thought about was my mother boyfriend. Yo, he had knocked one of my teeth out. And I remember trying to fight him, and I remember like, I ain't had the strength. Punch me again, boom, oh. I'm like this, I'm mad, I'm crying, but I'm mad, like, yo, I can't beat him. So it just would be a trigger. And then now that I'm a little older, now I'm a little stronger, now I want to smoke. And it never could be, it could never be, you know what I mean, put out. I remember I stabbed a kid with a pen. Bro, I could have killed him. I could have, yo, word of my mother, the counselors had to, yo, bro, I must have stabbed him 100 times.
Wow.
On some Michael Myers shit. I stabbed him on the hand bleeding. I see the blood, I got activated, stabbed him in the shoulder, he tried to run. I'm trying to kill him with a pin. Counselors grabbed me, choked me out, maced me in the group home, violated me. All this rage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, man, that's why God is so good.
He is.
You know what I mean? That's why God is so good, bro, because, man, I'd probably be in prison for like, I'd be a serial killer, for sure. For sure.
Are you seeing?
I'll be a fucking serial killer, bro.
Are you seeing your mother's boyfriends when you're doing this?
Yes, at that time.
You're seeing your mother boyfriend.
Yeah, because I'm getting older now. I'm getting stronger. You feel me? So punching the kids in the group home was like punching them. Boom. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So now I feel like, you know what I mean?
Take that, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I can defend myself. And I'm not gonna stop. So now I'm doing push-ups, I'm doing dips, I'm doing everything. Now I'm just addicted to creating strength. That's why I'm so fucking strong now. Right? I'm addicted. Pull-ups, lifting weights, whatever the new shit is. All right, squats, sit-ups, whatever. I want to just get stronger.
This must be around the time I meet you. I think. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you. You was the nicest rapper, right? That come around. I don't even know what you was doing in my neighborhood. Like, I don't know how you ended up there. You from
Harlem, but my family, listen. So the thing about Brooklyn was Covenant House. Really good friend. Daryl, hooked up with Daryl, selling weed now. So Daryl from Staten Island. Daryl was in Covenant House with me. And what's boy name? Damn. Nick? Nah. Fuck, man. God bless his dad, Little Blood.
Oh, okay.
We was all in this kids shelter together. So we get up in the morning. Damn, you getting exclusive. I guess good questions bring out information. So every morning when we got out of Covenant House, they just put all the kids is, because you're in the kids shelter, but nobody's making sure you go to school, right? So we get out, now we in Times Square. So Little Blood, he was a booster. So he would teach us, okay, this is how you steal the phones, this is how you do that. So we go to, we going everywhere. We going to Meow, they call it. So we go everywhere, Brooklyn, Queens, we just going everywhere. And then, I just started going downtown Brooklyn, more and more, hanging out with niggas from Fort Greene and then Marcy, and I'm everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So that was how I started like really getting out there. And then I met Nick, but I'm nice, you know what I mean? Cause I'm nice though, I was nice, yo, you know what's so crazy? Niggas think I'm nice now. When I was young, I was nice. Know what I mean? I was like different, right?
Freestyling.
Off the head, right? So, and then I met Nick, and then Nick was like, yo, what you trying to do, man?
Yeah, that's how
he had a little home studio or whatever. Yeah. That's the first, I told him that too. I said, look, nigga, when they really get lit, I'm gonna have a check for you just cause. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first person who ever recorded me. Wow. You know what I mean?
It's tough.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, Nick was a good dude.
Still is.
Still is a good dude. So I meet you, nicest dude. You know what I mean? We on the block battling, we in clubs, you know what I'm saying, going around the neighborhood.
Yo, listen, man.
I was sneaking out the house at the time.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I must have been like 13, 14,
right.
sneaking out the crib, but I just remember like you had this light on you, the same light that you have on you today. I remember it. And I was always enamored by how you were able to navigate a room, the confidence, your discipline, because you don't get that nice without studying, without sharpening your craft. Mm-hmm. And I remember all of those things about you. And then I remember you had went away.
Yeah.
They said you got locked up. And I was like, Cash. I was like, Cash. Cash.
Yeah, that's great, yeah.
I was like, nah, that's my nigga, not Cash. Right. You had a record deal at the time. I remember that you was supposed to be like the next Cassidy. They said you looked like Cassidy and shit like that. So you had a record deal?
I had fucking, what's the spot? On the corner, 5 Mile. What's the place?
Oh, 5 Spot.
I had the 5 Spot owners backing me. I did. Yo, listen. I battled. Let me tell you something. I must have battled like 50 niggas. Smoked all them niggas. Niggas was even doing battles in the clubs. I smoked 30 niggas. The owner put my name on a flyer. Niggas Nigga said, whatever you need. So I had them getting ready to put up money for me. Then I get the deal, and then it's over. That anger, man.
Anger.
Fucking anger, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just couldn't. Yo, I shot this nigga, and I couldn't even let it go. It was just like, it was like, the anger was just controlling me. Like, it was just like, I couldn't, for yo, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Cause, I tell you off camera, but it was a situation that it shouldn't have went the way it went, and I could have walked away. And I just didn't walk away. And I lost everything because of that. At that time, right? I really could have walked. When I was in prison and I sat back, I was like, damn, I could have walked away. But it just was like, what? And it just like, I got it to this day, right? But I channeled it differently. So God put the fire out, but he didn't take the fire away. He just built a stove over it and showed me how to turn it up and turn it low. And then whatever I put on top of the stove, I could even turn it up and turn it, you know what I mean? It's still there, but it's controlled now, you know what I mean?
This is your first time getting locked up?
At the time, no. That was the second time. First time was some bullshit because I was a kid. The juvie did the 14 months, you know what I'm saying? I punched on the fucking dean's son. My mom's had a fucking Pence warrant. Oh man. She had a fucking Pence warrant, right? So the Pence warrant, they could literally take you. So I'm going to court. I'm supposed to get 6 months probation. Look at this shit. Staten Island court. I'm in Staten Island court, and son told me to fucking run. Son told me, I'm getting to court, and this creepy ass nigga, man. This bitch, this nigga had this, I just knew the nigga was a house nigga. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I just knew it. It's gonna be okay, man. You know, I'm like, I just knew it. I'm looking outside. No, bro. So, I'm still tight about this though. You know what I mean? Because I just ignored my instinct, right? So we go into court, and I'm looking and it's a nice day, like I'm looking at the door. He talking to my mom's talking to him. I'm looking at the door. I hear them, but I don't hear them. I keep looking. My feet is like going like this. And let me tell you something, bro. This why my mother told me to trust her, bro. She said it's gonna be all right. And I ignored myself. I ignored that, right? Son told me, nigga, go, just bounce, fuck that. And I let my mom's. I trusted her. I trusted her, man. And we get in the court. They talk about the charge, punch the kid, okay, so we're gonna give him 6 months. Are you gonna take him? All my mom's had to do.
Yes.
Bro, all my mom's had to do, mind you, shit cost me 14 months. You know how hard juvie was? Do you understand, like, bro, that shit was like a whole different environment.
What do you mean?
I explained it. All she had to do is say yes. You know what she did? Yo, no, I'm afraid of him. He threatens me. He hits me. Everything the boyfriend did to my mom's, she said I did. Never hit my mom's, none of that. I'm looking at her like, I can't even say that. Like, my face would have been a meme. You heard? I was like, I was like, what the fuck? So they took me. She said, I don't want to take him. You do what you want with him. I don't want. I'm looking at, and I just like, I knew I should have ran. Yeah. Trusted this bitch. I knew I'm tight. Niggas take me. Now, reason why I did so much time, shit was illegal, bro, because the juvenile system at the time, they had a point system you had to score out. When you first come in, you got white laces, right, which is orientation. Then you got blue laces, which is adjustment. Then you got yellow laces, which is transition. And then you got green laces, which is honors, right? So you got to get blue laces minimum to get out. If you don't score out, you staying, bro.
Wow.
Nah, yo, I got friends that went in jail at 12 years old and didn't come out until they was like 25. What? For a bullshit charge. I'm talking about for some stealing from a store. But they had a Pence warrant, and then they couldn't get out the scoring system, and the system lost a lot of dudes behind that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so when I say juvie was harder than prison, because it just was ruthless.
They young and wild just like you.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? So I became even more violent, right? Like even like, you know what I mean? First time I cut somebody was in juvie. You know what I'm saying? And it just was like, that's when the cutting game came into play. You know what I mean? Before it was just, you know, we punching and all that. And then I remember I was in Harlem Valley and we was in the gym, we was playing ball. I just remember, yo, I seen it coming, but it was a toothbrush. I seen it coming. Kid walked to the kid. Boom! I said, oh! I said, nah, nigga. Fuck that. And that's when it became like, it just became wild violent. It just became like another level.
Were you scared in these places?
No, I was not.
Because I don't hear fear when you...
No.
You was never afraid.
No. And I'm not saying, oh, I'm super tough. I don't know. I just wasn't, I don't know, bro. I think I was desensitized. You know what I'm saying? And I was fighting grown men as a kid. I was scared of my mother's boyfriends. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas grown, and I'd be like, damn, I know he gonna come,
Now somebody your age.
All right, let's go. You know what I mean? Like it got to the point where I had to brace myself for the knockout. Right? Like, I know my mom's boyfriend coming home, they got high, and it's like, he gonna come in the room, he gonna tell me why I ain't clean my room, and he gonna just punch me my shit. All right, nigga. So now I'm trying to fight him. So after you get used to fighting grown ass men all the time, kids your age is like, nigga, what's up, nigga? Like,
so you do the 14 months.
yeah. And I wanna say this, right? Because, you know, for context purposes, it wasn't like, I was really ignorant too. So I didn't, maybe I should have been scared, right? Like, I don't know, fear is a good thing, but I was just like, stupid. And then it became like, cool. It became like, now you wanna get a name. Because the more people you beat up, the more people you knock out, now the CEO's bringing you food. I got the older, you know what I mean? Shout out to Miss Williams, you know what I'm saying? I got Miss Williams let me feel on her booty, you know what I'm saying? She bringing me chicken wings. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's almost like you get perks for being violent, and it's fucked up, right? Because look what they doing. They rewarding you for violence. And you get, and that's how, so you get rewarded in juvie for being violent, but when you get home, you conditioned to that, so you still thinking that's the way to be.
What age was this?
Oh, listen, man, come on, man.
What age was that?
I don't remember, man.
You don't remember?
Yeah.
Were your hands licensed at the time?
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. And we gotta be mindful about ages and points and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. No problem.
Some of this can be, you know what I mean?
I understand.
Just utilized.
Okay.
So words like allegedly and shit like that comes into play, right?
Yeah.
Disclaimers and shit like that.
Well, it's only entertainment.
Yeah, it's only entertainment. It's only entertainment, right? But just remember, we interview different people. People get fucked up. They start saying dates, ages, and names, and times, and blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, oh, okay. Hey, buddy, let me bring you in let me ask you a question about this.
I understand.
All right, you go 48B, man. But at the time, they rewarded me for being violent. So I was conditioned. I thought that was cool. So when I came home, I was in an ERC program, an Evening Reporting Center program. So I'm thinking it's the same thing. I ended up doing another 7 months because I beat up one of the kids in the ERC.
God damn.
Mind you, I didn't even do no, I'm only in jail because my mom's said she don't want me, but she had the pens warrant. So look at the beginning, look at the fall from grace. There's, you know, ebbs and flows, right? Look at the genius kid who gets interviewed, who gets in Mensa, who gets it in a specialized school.
Checks from the government.
It's like, and then now you stripped of that, now you're in public school, and the first day of public school, I'm like, hey man, I get punched in the eye. And then it's like, oh, all right. Now I can't even be that guy I really am.
Right.
So now I gotta be extra overcompensate. I don't wanna be that, but I had to be that to survive, right? And then now it's like, okay, then now I'm getting beat by my moms, abused by my moms, and then now you got a pens warrant, I'm not doing nothing wrong. I get to court, now I'm in the system, right? Like the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And then now I'm adapting to the conditioning that I'm under while being in the system, right? Which is to keep you in the system.
So this is your third time going to jail after shooting the guy.
Yeah.
How long are you there for?
Some time.
You there for a while?
For a while. I said they sat me down on that one.
They sat you down. They said enough is enough.
They sat me down. And I never forget, yo, man, listen, man. I never forget how my chest felt when I got sentenced, man. And I thought I was going home. I'm like, yo. And, you know, I looked over my shoulder. Nobody was in the courtroom. My grandmother was there, right? And, man, that's why these kids gotta understand, like, shit ain't all bros and gang when it's time for when it's stand up to get sentenced. When the stand up to get sentenced, it's you and you and you and only you. And that was the craziest thing, right? And then you get hit with all that time, and then right after, oh my God, I remember going to the homeless cell after that. I just felt it was over. I was literally dead. Like, yo, like the COs had to really drag me to the next cell. I just, I didn't know what the fuck I was.
Did you get caught, or was the guy saying, yo, that's the dude that shot me?
There were witnesses.
There was witnesses. Okay, I got you. You was ruthless.